Hello and good afternoon and welcome to my back porch in Atlanta, Georgia. This is my first YouTube video. I don't know if it's something I will continue to do, but if you like it, subscribe and maybe that will encourage me. We're going to be talking about cigars, and it's going to be a little bit different. So maybe we'll just establish a baseline for my cigar use, just so everybody understands. I experimented around with tobacco when I was a kid. Smoked cigarettes, in my teens. Tried pipe tobacco and cheap cigars and all of those things. Never continued on with pipes or cigars. However, I did continue smoking cigarettes for many years, probably up until my early 30s. But I was never a heavy smoker. It was mostly when I go out and I'm at a bar and hanging out with friends kind of thing. Cigar-wise, I would say pretty much only very rarely, and I had no idea what I was doing, and maybe on a golf course or something. No idea what I'm doing. Not understanding what I'm buying or smoking or anything at all. A couple weeks ago, I decided to try again, 30 years later. I went to a humidor near me, a little cigar shop. Was recommended one here. I've got the label still. Cusano, Double Connecticut, 18 years. This was fantastic. Really liked it a lot. Of course, I went back. Ended up with a Rocky Patel, Connecticut. And got a Cava Guam handmade. That's all it says. Also got, this one I really liked a lot too, Espinosa Crema. And the other one I couldn't find a label for, but I had 5. It was called Baccarat. It had some poker cards on it. It was a little bit sweet. It was very good. Anyway, all this got me thinking, cigars are pretty cool. It's nice. It's nice to sit on my back porch, have a cigar. It's very relaxing, especially in the evening, mid-afternoon. It's an excuse to sit there and do nothing, and it's quite nice. However, I realized very quickly that it could also be very expensive. So, some of these cigars I was buying were between, I think, $10 and $16 a cigar. That gets up there pretty quick, which led me to think, what can I buy that might satisfy that same urge, but is a lot cheaper? So I went down to the bottom of the barrel, went back to my childhood, and got Swisher Sweets Original Cigarellos. Okay. So, it's a gas station cigar. I wasn't expecting much. I did like the first couple puffs. Truth is that it's wrapped in paper, flavored paper. The filler, I'm guessing, is some type of cigarette filler. I don't really know. It was okay. I did. They came with 2. I only smoked 1. I also got these grape ones. I smoked both of them. I don't know. About the same, just tastes like grape. The wrapper is flavored with grape. Oddly enough, I can still smell it. You know what it smells like? It smells like candy grape. Like that you might, in those machines when you're a kid and you put the quarter in, like at Steak and Shake, and all the candy drops out, and the candy's like in the shapes of the different fruits that it's supposed to be, like the bananas and strawberries and things like that. Well, they had a grape too. That's what this smells like. Candy grape. And that is what it tasted like too. Candy grape with tobacco. I don't know. Fruit and tobacco, I'm just not sure about that. Now, look, I am fully aware that Swisher Sweets, the target market, is not for people to buy these and just smoke them. I understand. They're cutting them open, they're dumping out all the tobacco, and they're filling it with the green. I get it. And it probably tastes pretty good. They're pretty much only going for the flavor wrapper. I would say that that is probably 90% of the buyers of Swisher Sweets. And it's just a guess. I have no proof of that. In fact, when I went and bought these, I kind of assumed that there was no tobacco in here. I thought they were just going to be wrappers. I didn't realize that they were still selling these with tobacco in them. That's how prevalent it is to buy these with the other. And I've actually never even done that. I just know that people do. Anyway, that leads me to today, where I thought I might do an exploration of gas station cigars. All of them. That's a lot. There are so many. And in the end, of course, my goal would be to come back to premium cigars. Now, will I never have a premium cigar while I'm doing this little experiment? Nah, I would say that that's not going to happen, right? There's no way that I'm not going to have a good cigar at this point. But most of them will be these. And if that's a journey that sounds interesting to you, and I just, by the way, I'm a newbie. I have no idea what I'm doing. I know a little bit of the terminology. I am not a tobacconist. I am not a cigar expert. I am none of those things. I'm literally just a dude on my porch messing around. Okay? So if that seems interesting, then join me. Thanks. All right. So now that we've set a baseline here, let's get into the heart of this video, which is going to be about Swisher Sweets Perfecto. So I went to the Swisher Sweets website and I was looking at all the different things that they had. I got a million different flavors and a million different types of things going on. Oddly enough, I did not see these. So I don't know if these have been discontinued, but they are not listed on the website. You can buy them in gas stations as far as I can tell, and you can buy them from tobacco distributors online, but I did not see these on the Swisher Sweets website. So if that means anything to anyone knows a reason, maybe they're just retail only, I don't even know. But if you happen to know the reason why, or if they've been discontinued, let me know. If they have been discontinued, then these might be really, really old. But my eye was drawn to them, because it is a Swisher Sweet, and that's what we're staying on at the moment. Perfecto. That was a lot to live up to. You know, it's not just perfect, it's perfecto. One interesting thing about it, just looking at the box, is that they look like hand-rolled. I'm sure that they're not, but that's what it looks like from here. It looks like a hand-rolled cigar. These guys, not even close, right? So, because just based on the look and the name, I'm just going to assume that this is a step up from this, which would be good. I do have one more of these, so I thought after we do Perfecto, we'll do this and just see what the comparison is, if it is truly a step up. I was a little bummed that there's 5 in here. I'm just going to say that. I could have just bought one. I don't need 5 of these, but here we are. All right, let's open it up and we'll take a look at the cigars itself, and then we'll give it a smoke. All right, so yeah, I think I went out here. Just an initial impression. Aside from the size of it, because it's small, it does have the appearance of a cigar that you would see in a cigar store in a humidor. Got a little band on it. It's wrapped in cellophane. It has a look. It kind of looks like one of those. It kind of looks like it could be handmade. And no, it's not. I'm just saying that's the look that they're going for. All right, let's get it out of the packaging. All right, it's out. One thing right off the bat, I'm a little bummed. The band is on the wrapper. It's not on the cigar. That takes it down a notch, in my opinion. A little deceptive there, Swisher Sweets. All right. So now, got it out of the wrapper. It smells like a Swisher Sweet. One thing right out of the bat that I noticed is that it's got a little hole in the end. I'm assuming that's where you smoke it from. That end is open. I'm assuming that's where we light it. Funny enough, and just highlights how naive I am, I brought a cutter out with me. Don't need it. It's got a hole in it. Alright, I went ahead and took out the other Swisher Sweet just so you could see the size comparison. The Perfecto is quite bigger than the other one, the original. I would say it's maybe even like 3 times as big. You know, the original Swisher has a little bit stronger of a sweet smell. This one's a little bit more subdued. One issue I just want to bring up with the original one that I had when I was smoking it, and this happened in 100% of all of them that I smoked, is that the wrapper comes off halfway through, or 2/3 of the way through. The wrapper is where the flavor is. You can just take the wrapper off and smoke it with the paper that's under that. It doesn't seem to come apart completely. But just note that that happens literally every single time I smoke a Swisher Sweet. The wrapper comes off halfway through. I'm hoping that doesn't happen with the Perfecto, but I'm worried that it might. All right, so light sweet smell. I don't know. Definitely taste the sweet with the unlit. Very sweet. Very sweet. All right, let's get it lit up. All right, and I am lit up. Very sweet. I would say it's sweeter than the original. Maybe. Very sweet though. Definitely feels like a regular cigar because it's a little bit thicker. Most cigarillos aren't this thick, so I don't know if this would actually be considered a cigarillo. In my opinion, it's more of a cigar. It's very sweet, which I'm assuming is coming from the wrapper here. And this does not look like tobacco wrapped. I'm assuming this is paper. If you know, let me know. I'll look on the website, but I'm assuming this is paper. It doesn't even really give you much information on the Swisher Sweets website. Swisher Sweets website. Not really. It didn't tell you what kind of tobacco they use. It's unknown. All right. I'm going to sit here for a few minutes, smoke this down a little bit, and then I'll be back. Okay. So I got a few thoughts. I've smoked a bit of it. One thing I can tell you right away that it is burning much faster than a regular hand-rolled premium cigar. Much faster. It is burning evenly though, which is kind of nice. And so far the wrapper has not come off. It's okay. It's very sweet. Very sweet. You know, is this better than a premium hand-rolled cigar? Hell no. It's not even close. Is this something that I could enjoy on my back porch more often than a premium cigar because they're unaffordable? I don't know. I don't know. We'll take it down a little bit farther. Undecided at this point. All right. One other thing I've noticed too is that in a hand-rolled cigar of the premium variety, you usually build up a long ash. I cannot do that with this. A long ash in a premium cigar helps cool it, as I understand. There's no reason to just tap it off. You know, you can wait until it builds up and then it's ready to kind of come off on its own, and then you lightly tap it in the ashtray because you actually want to build up a little bit of an ash. That's impossible with this. It just falls off. It's a little bit breezy, but it's not too bad. If I had a regular cigar, that would not be happening. Okay. So as far as the taste here, like I may have said earlier, it's sweet, hence the name. I know, Swisher Sweet. There's not much else to say about it. The flavor-wise, to me, it's a little bit sweeter and a little bit better of a sweetness than the original Cigarillo, just by a hair. It's definitely sweeter. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not really sure, but it's sweet. As far as the flavor profile, I don't know what to say about this other than it just tastes like a Swisher Sweet. They all taste very similar. It doesn't even say on their website what tobacco they use for this, so you really have no idea. And it's got paper on the outside. So they try to make it look classy with the Perfecto, but it's not classy. It's not. Sorry, Swisher. But is it the best Swisher Sweet? Maybe. Maybe. I kind of started at the top, maybe. Which is maybe not a good thing, because I got a long ways to go. Anyway. Not too bad. Alright, so I'm pretty much down to the end, or at least what I'm going to consider to be the end of this. Kind of done with it. One thing I have noticed, because I did watch a couple other videos about Swisher Sweets before I did this, specifically with the Perfecto, a lot of people were complaining that they got a lot of tar coming out of the tip or the back of it that you put in your mouth. I did not experience that, just as a side note. I don't know if it's because I smoked it slower or what, but I did not experience tar coming out of the back. That would have been kind of gross. Anyway, just thought I'd put that in there. One thing I would say is that it does burn very evenly throughout the entire smoke. I didn't see any canoeing, anything like that at all. And the wrapper is still intact, and we're almost at the end. Okay, so another thing that just highlights I really have no idea what I'm doing is that I just filmed a whole outro to this and then hit stop on the video and then realized that I wasn't actually recording. I just took a photo of myself. So that's fun. It was really great. So y'all missed a good one. It would have gone down in history of first outros ever. It really would have taken my subscribership up hundreds and thousands of people. But anyway, here we are. Back to square one. So I'll do the best I can, not remembering exactly what I said. So, how would I rate this? Because I have limited experience with premium cigars. This is not very good. It's okay. It's not great. I would say that it's better than the original Swisher Sweet Cigarillo. The Perfecto is a step up. It's a little bit better. The wrapper has not come off like it did in the other one. The smell is not unpleasant if you like the smell of cigars. The taste is sweet. Takes a little bit longer to smoke than a regular Swisher Sweet. Would I ever buy this again? No. Never. And I have 4 more left. This is not something that I was looking for. Absolutely not. This is not the cheap cigar that I would like to take the time to purchase and smoke on my porch. This is not it. So, did I think it was going to be? No, of course not. maybe there was a little bit of hope. Having said that, I didn't have a miserable experience. It's just not a good cigar. That's it, plain and simple. And now I've set out on a goal to go through the entire Swisher Sweets catalog. I've already done 3. This is my 3rd one. I didn't film the others. I didn't like them, I'll be honest. But we're going to keep going. I feel like, though, I've made a mistake here. And the mistake was to start my first video with the Perfecto. Because if I had to make a guess, it might be the best Swisher Sweet. And that ain't saying much. But it might be. Maybe. Time will tell. So, I don't know. Like I said, I have 4 more left. I'm going to keep them. As we go through the rest of the catalog, I might go back and take a puff just to compare, like even maybe when we get to the end and just say, is it the best Swisher Sweet? If it is, it's not saying much, but it's saying a little bit. It's saying a little bit. I didn't hate it. All right, anyway, if this journey sounds interesting to you, you know, I'm a complete cigar newbie. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've only been doing this a couple weeks, smoking cigars, but I've quite enjoyed it. And I've kind of had fun a little bit experimenting with these Swisher Sweets. So we'll continue doing it. I've already made the commitment, so I'm going to go through the whole catalog. I don't know which one is next. We'll see what they have at the gas station tomorrow and go from there. Anyway, if this is interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe, you know, but if you don't want to, that's fine too. I'm really just doing this for fun. But if you would like to have fun with me, or if you think it's fun or interesting, then hang around for a little bit. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Later.